Hey you guys, I'm feeling pretty good today. I just wanted to give you guys an update on kind of my backyard garden at the moment. It seems to change all the time, but this is kind of where we're at now. So I just had these beautiful alliums come up, they're just finishing. This is kind of my propagation house. I got some hostas, this is more of like my perennial foliage garden with a few flowers in between just for whimsy, I guess. This here is actually Wemlaria, oh man, what do you call that? The Indian plum bush, and I grew this from seed, and I'm so proud. This is only like a year old. This here is a rhododendron that I highly recommend. This one's called Nova Zembla. And then I have another one here called Grigii or something like that. Got some pansies, Malabar spinach, Corydalis, one of my favorite native plants. Got some lilacs, willows. I'm gonna have some Asiatic lilies down in there. I got all sorts of different types of daylilies. This one here is, I think, called Sparks or something like that. And this one here is more of like a neon yellow. Have this beautiful hosta here, another hosta here. Super proud of how this is all coming together. This one here is a little more spontaneous. I got some black lace ornamental elderberry, Sambucus. Got some armerias. I got some smoke bush. Lots of raspberries. Gonna have to make a video on that later because they're already producing. In the back here I have hydrangeas. What else do I have here? I have a few heterohelix, so like ivy just strung in between. I have a few ferns. I really love the variegation of this hosta. I just divided it last year. I got some phlox. This over here just kind of grew here. I'm assuming it's a trumpet vine, so that's kind of exciting. Got some lunaria, more ferns. This one here is Tradescantia. I'm really excited to see how that one turns out. I got some Malaeum. This here is a red osier dogwood. Can't remember the name of this one, but it's really pretty. I'll have to make a video on it after some research. Has a nice purple flower. Nice to see that my fuchsias are coming back. I didn't think that they would because we had quite a hard winter snap. Really proud of this hosta here. This over here is just one of my lilacs. It's kind of gotten out of hand. This here is called Percy Wiseman, and I highly recommend you guys grow this. It's a rhododendron that starts off pink and then it goes kind of purple and then kind of white and yellow. Really super interesting there. Got some wild bluebells that have naturalized, more phlox. This here's just a little ponderosa. Starting some grapes. Just got a makeshift trellis here. This is exciting. This here is my blueberry bush, like my main bush. And I don't know if you can see the scale of this thing. It just cascades everywhere. Behind there I have Saskatoon. I have apples. Actually I'm gonna go over there and show you. Pardon the mess, it's kind of chaotic here. So I just got some apple, got some honeyberry, Saskatoon berries, all sorts of blueberries and stuff, and there's one peony just in bloom. Behind that I have Josta berries. I have some, oh man, what do you call those? Boxwood, just for show. Got a few little Douglas firs, that's really exciting. This is the greenhouse at the moment. I'd show you, but it's kind of really dirty at the moment. I got a lot of cleaning up to do in there. I just have all sorts of greens, microgreens, tomato starts, cauliflower, peas, those types of things. These are my potatoes. Really super excited about those. I can't shut up about them. I like them so much. This is a Weigela. Really proud of that one too. Down here I got some cauliflower that I'm starting. I have some sedums, trailing roses. These here are spaghetti squash. These are watermelons that I, interestingly enough, started growing from seeds from an actual watermelon. Hens and chicks. Here I have a bunch of, oh man, I gotta do some slug control here. But I got some corn, it's early Jubilee, and then I have some chilies. I have a couple habaneros, and then a few bell peppers. Here I just have my beans. They're doing well. This is just, I think Blue Lake Hybrid is what it's called. Here I have cucumbers in the back and Brussels sprouts in the front. Got my little okra, if anyone knows how to grow okra. I need all the help I can get. Got a few aromatic herbs here, some forsythia and dianthus and ferns. Here I have collards. I have some broccoli somewhere, but I can't find it. Really into the variegation of this here. It's kind of a trailing hosta. Got some herbs, got some more Hemerocallis. These over here are my redwoods, super proud of those. This here is just one of my favorite azaleas, Mount St. Helens. I got some shallots, they're already starting to produce. Got some green onions, really nice. Polysticum unidum, the Pacific sword fern. Here I just got some sage growing. Here I have like a huge medley of different grapes and different varieties of raspberries. So I have Russian raspberries, I have Maricol Folk, I think is one of the varieties of grapes that I'm growing, and this one here is Concord. I don't know if you guys have ever tried Concord, but it's just this really nice kind of, I want it to focus. It's this really, it's not gonna focus, oh well. It's just this really nice kind of bluish, dark, almost black colored, kind of dusty even berry, like this grape. And it's really quite prolific, doesn't seem to need any extra care. In here I have an assortment of different tomatoes. I don't know if you guys can tell, I have a very haphazard style of gardening, but it just seems to work, so I like it that way. I also have garlic in here, some rosemary in the back, don't know if you can see it. Got some more aromatic herbs. There's a little bee. Oh, that's cute. Thank you. In here I just have a whole bunch of miscellaneous herbs, some kale that's overwintered. I have some peas, mint and stuff. This here is just more daylilies, I really like them. I have some saxifrages, those are cool. Chives, different types of irises, goji berries. Got some eggplants all the way along the back. And then this here is sunchoke. Thank you to my Uncle Marcus, big shout out to him for giving me a clump of this, really appreciate it. One of my favorite hostas. And then this is where the weeding stops. So I've been doing the weeding pretty much everywhere else. Oh yeah, that's my allium garden, by the way. I'll have to show you guys that later. This here is Winfried, one of my little European pyramidal hornbeams. I got some juniper and stuff, but this here is just atrocious. This is where I have to do the most weeding. This is just my lily bed. I usually use it for spring bulbs. And yeah, it looks horrible right now, but promise me it'll look great later on. Got some lavandula up there. Dug this fir, some of my primulas. I think a lot of people underestimate how long-lived they are. And yeah, I just really wanted to show you guys this again. So behind here I have plum that I've started. This is, man, I can't remember, some sort of like early dark kind of purple plum. And then there's a little red plum behind it. And then this here is my Josta berry. Really excited about that. It's just booming. I've had this thing for 2 years and it's already like 6 feet, 7 feet tall. This here is just my trailing perennial geraniums. Got some wandering Jew. I got some heucheras. All sorts of stuff like that. And if anyone knows why grapevines produce this here is Maricol. No, sorry, this is Chardonnay. I find that their buds a lot of the times are just kind of not coming out, and when they come out they become very spindly. I've seen some dead shells from, what do you call those, snails? So I'm presuming that it's snail damage, but if anyone knows, I would really appreciate some tips on that because I love my wine. And yeah, so this here I think is called a Komodo. It's my favorite hosta at the moment. The leaves are just absolutely huge. And my alliums, I got a few sedums back there. I got some Asiatic lilies. And yeah, this is just kind of my big super foliage mess with like purple flowers, because why not? And this here is just my lavender that my dad graciously got me a couple years ago, and it's just coming into bloom. I'll update that later. And yeah, so this here's my little garden. I mean, I make do. I'll have to make another video on my front yard garden because there's a lot more there. But I've been growing stuff here since I was like a toddler, and there's just some punk outside with some rap music, so I guess that's a cool touch. But I'm really proud of it, and I'll update you guys on my vegetables too. Have a good one, stay safe.